The Chashmonayim found a single jug of oil that should have lasted 1 day, but miraculously lasted for 8. But what exactly happened? The way some understand it, after they poured out all the oil to use for the first night, new oil miraculously, spontaneously generated for the next night, and then again the next night, and next night for 8 straight nights. But Reb Chaim Soloveitchik of Brisk asks the following sharp-witted question. If that were true, he says, so it's one thing to light the menorah on that first night with pure olive oil that they found untampered. But how could they light with this spontaneously generated oil for the next 7? The halach is clear. The menorah must be lit with pure olive oil, shemen zayit. But this new oil wasn't olive oil. It was miracle oil, shemen nes, not shemen zayit. And thus, as bizarre and even paradoxical and maybe even frustratingly Talmudic as it may sound, even miracle oil wouldn't be qualified for use in the mikdash. Indeed, the Gemara in Menachos similarly wonders whether chitin sheyardu ba'avim, miracle wheat which fell from the clouds, whether it could be used for grain offerings in the mikdash. Now, again, I have no idea what that is, but regardless, the conclusion there is no. It must actually be grown from the ground. And so for this reason, Reb Chaim suggests that the Nes Chanukah couldn't have been new oil spontaneously generated because that would have been unusable. Rather, what happened was something else. It was that one jug of actual olive oil miraculously burned longer than it should have. But to me, it's the premise of Reb Chaim's question that's as illuminating as his answer. Divinely produced miracle oil is really to be disqualified for use? It seems like an affront to God, and as other commentators have pointed out, if olive oil was chosen because it burns the cleanest and purest, no fuel burns more cleanly and purely, presumably, as miracle oil produced by none other than HaKadosh Baruch Hu himself. But perhaps the lesson is that even on the days when we strive most for our mahadrin min mahadrin, quality clearly isn't everything. For if it were miracle oil, it would surely be acceptable for use. Apparently, what matters more than quality, what matters most, is human initiative, our labor of love in the service of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. God doesn't want miracle oil that he generated himself. What's the point in that? What he wants is our oil. From olive trees we grew, from olives we plucked and squeezed and bottled to the very best of our ability. Pure olive oil, but still human and imperfect. And as such, may we all do better to recognize as God does the best, the mahadrin, in ourselves and in one another, as imperfect and as all too human as it may be. A freilichen Chanukah to us all.